My sister's life it's a lot, you know?
Family drama is common in Hollywood, but the Lively family's recent implosion takes things to an entirely different level. Blake Lively, usually known for her elegance, charm, and scandal-free image, is suddenly at the epicenter of controversy, and the craziest part?
And this is some family drama. You don't do this. You don't do this in front of the scenes. This is not right, okay?
The person bringing her down might be someone shockingly close, her very own sister. This isn't your typical celebrity feud about trivial jealousy or gossip. It's a startling and deeply personal betrayal that's left fans reeling. How did America's sweetheart suddenly find herself labeled as manipulative, vindictive, and possibly even cruel? Buckle up, because this story reveals a side of Blake you never imagined existed. The whole mess started with serious allegations that Blake herself brought forward, accusing fellow actor Justin Baldoni of inflicting deep emotional distress. Blake painted herself as a traumatized victim, too anxious and frightened to engage in public events or daily life.
It's painful. It is painful. And so despite all of the resentment, to me, at the end of the day, that's what it means to be man enough.
Her story was deeply concerning. Pulling sympathy from fans worldwide, she described herself as emotionally shattered and physically drained, garnering massive support on social media. But almost immediately, strange contradictions emerged, raising eyebrows among even her most loyal supporters. Was Blake truly suffering, or was there something far darker behind her shocking allegations? Fans expected Blake to disappear from public life after such intense claims of anxiety. But to everyone's surprise, Blake Lively was soon strutting confidently down the red carpet at high-profile premieres, smiling widely and posing effortlessly for the cameras. At the premiere of her film, A Simple Favor, Blake appeared completely carefree, far from the distressed victim she had described. Observers immediately noticed this inconsistency, calling out the disturbing disconnect between her dramatic statements and glamorous public appearances. Questions swirled online. If she was really too traumatized to leave her house, how could she appear so comfortable and composed in the spotlight?
And like proudly displaying us, we're women, so we can just lie and cheat and steal our way into control these big movies. I mean, how disturbing is this to you?
Blake's contradictions intensified when Paul Feig, the acclaimed director behind A Simple Favor, publicly addressed the controversy. Instead of backing Blake's story of fear and trauma, he did the exact opposite. Feig openly stated that during the film's premiere, Blake was nothing like the fragile victim she'd portrayed. In fact, he revealed she seemed entirely calm, happy, and confident, completely at odds with her supposed emotional state. His blunt statement was like a grenade dropped right onto Blake's credibility, blowing her carefully crafted victim narrative wide open. With this revelation, it seemed clear something was deeply wrong with Blake's version of events. But the story didn't stop there. It grew exponentially darker and more complicated when a shocking secret audio recording leaked online. In the explosive clip, Ari Emanuel, the CEO of the massive talent agency WME, revealed that Justin Baldoni was fired not due to wrongdoing or misbehavior, but simply because Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, didn't want him around. This admission stunned everyone, offering undeniable evidence that Blake was wielding her Hollywood connections to crush another actor's career.
And if I were her attorney, I'd want to get out of this case before she has to sit for deposition, not just because it might be bad for the case, but PR-wise, it's not going to be good.
Every expert's going to skew it towards their view of the case. And then the penultimate question to the expert is, but you agree with me, the jury is able to determine for themselves what this video is showing.
The leaked audio became a viral sensation overnight, permanently tarnishing Blake's image and casting serious doubt on every word she'd uttered in public. For Justin Baldoni, Blake's behind-the-scenes maneuvering was catastrophic. Overnight, his thriving Hollywood career crumbled. Projects worth millions, including deals with Amazon Prime and Apple TV, evaporated into thin air. Dropped by WME, Baldoni was suddenly toxic in Hollywood circles. Doors slammed shut, studios canceled contracts, big budget productions slipped through his fingers, all because Blake, allegedly feeling slighted or inconvenienced, made a phone call to powerful friends. Justin's once promising trajectory was now in ruins, leaving him financially and professionally devastated, while Blake continued smiling on the red carpet, seemingly unaffected by the chaos she'd unleashed. Behind closed doors, the chaos intensified. Insiders claimed Blake's own sister, someone usually loyal and fiercely protective, was so disgusted and shocked by Blake's behavior that she reportedly voiced her concerns privately, accusing Blake of hypocrisy and cruelty. Rumors surfaced of heated arguments, emotional confrontations, and deepening fractures within the Lively family. This internal strife took the scandal to a much darker place.
Never talked about anything. You're my dad, and I was having resentment for all the stuff we don't talk.
If Blake's sister, someone intimately aware of Blake's true nature, was turning against her, how deep did this betrayal go? Fans couldn't help but wonder, was Blake secretly ruthless, even toward family members? This controversy wasn't just damaging Blake's personal reputation, it was lifting the curtain on Hollywood's brutal power dynamics. Ari Emanuel's leaked audio didn't just incriminate Blake. It showed a troubling industry practice of ruining careers based solely on celebrity whims and personal connections. Suddenly, fans realized how vulnerable even successful actors were. One wrong step, one disagreement with someone powerful could mean total ruin. Justin Baldoni's unjust treatment spotlighted a deeper injustice hiding beneath Hollywood's glittering surface, shocking fans who previously had no idea of these shady behind-the-scenes dealings. As Blake's emotional distress claims unraveled further, her legal position became dangerously precarious. Evidence piled up, emails, text messages, testimony from industry insiders, all potentially devastating if presented in court. Her previous attempts to include co-stars like Anna Kendrick in her narrative failed, only adding further suspicion. Legal experts predicted a brutal courtroom showdown where Blake could be forced under oath to confront her contradictions publicly. If proven she'd deliberately fabricated her trauma, Blake faced devastating professional consequences. Her carefully constructed career as an inspiring, empowering figure could collapse irreparably, replaced by a legacy of deception and manipulation. With the leaked audio as powerful evidence, Justin Baldoni stood poised for an epic comeback. Legal experts said his defamation suit against Blake was gaining traction, and a victory could clear his name, restore his damaged reputation, and potentially win him significant financial compensation. Blake, meanwhile, faced a dramatically different future. Public opinion had already shifted sharply against her. Her credibility was shattered, her victim narrative exposed as manipulative. Even if she somehow avoided severe legal penalties, her professional life was forever altered. Producers, directors, and fellow actors would hesitate to trust someone who abused power so flagrantly. Ironically, the very lawsuit Blake initiated might be the thing that finally destroyed her. The actress who once seemed untouchable could end up paying a huge price for her reckless attempts to ruin another person's life. Now, as Hollywood waits nervously to see how this drama unfolds, everyone wonders if Blake Lively's career, and perhaps even her family relationships, can survive the explosive truth that's come to light. As Blake Lively's carefully crafted image crumbles, the future appears increasingly grim for the star who once seemed invincible.
I am a huge fan of you.
Oh.
Your movies are so inspiring.
If everyone can tag Justin Baldoni to this video, it would mean the world to me.
I have been trying to reach out to you for the longest. I have everything of you.
Hollywood scandals are common, but rarely does one involve such blatant manipulation, exposed so thoroughly by leaked recordings, eyewitness contradictions, and a pattern of lies that simply don't add up. Blake's attempt to paint herself as a vulnerable victim has tragically backfired, casting her instead as a ruthless figure willing to sabotage someone else's livelihood to maintain her image. The fallout goes far beyond her reputation alone. This case has laid bare a hidden truth about Hollywood's underbelly, the shocking ease with which powerful figures can crush careers without real accountability. Blake Lively, with her status, connections, and celebrity marriage, wielded immense influence, using it not just recklessly, but cruelly. Her decision to escalate personal animosity into legal warfare opened doors she likely never intended, putting not only herself, but also her family, friends, and influential contacts at risk. If this lawsuit proceeds to trial, Blake could face devastating disclosures. Private text messages, hidden emails, and confidential phone calls might publicly expose the full extent of her manipulations, providing undeniable proof of her calculated efforts to ruin Justin Baldoni. Each revelation would further undermine her credibility, eroding the public trust and industry respect that once seemed unshakable. Meanwhile, Justin, after enduring massive losses and reputational damage, stands ready to reclaim not only his reputation, but also the career he unjustly lost. A court victory could bring not just financial compensation, but public redemption, restoring opportunities previously snatched away through Blake's powerful alliances. Such an outcome would amplify Blake's downfall, showcasing her actions as not just misguided, but vicious and deeply unfair. Hollywood insiders might begin distancing themselves from Blake, fearing association with someone now viewed as unpredictable or vindictive. Studios and filmmakers, wary of controversy or scandal, could choose safer collaborators. Even fans who initially stood by Blake may reconsider their loyalty upon realizing the depth of deception she employed for personal gain. In a world where public image and reputation are currency, Blake risks becoming permanently radioactive. Yet the harshest consequence Blake faces may be something more personal: her damaged family relationships. Her own sister reportedly sees through her facade, recognizing manipulation and cruelty that fans have only recently discovered. This internal fracture may never fully heal, even if Blake eventually attempts reconciliation. Trust, once shattered, is nearly impossible to rebuild, especially when it involves family members feeling betrayed by lies and ruthless behavior. Ultimately, Blake Lively's saga serves as a powerful lesson about the dark side of fame, power, and privilege. Her downfall illustrates vividly how quickly fortunes can reverse when hidden truths surface. The once adored actress, who effortlessly walked red carpets, charmed millions, and built an image of strength and empowerment, now stands on the brink of lasting disgrace, forced to confront the consequences of her own actions. If Blake does decide to settle at the last minute, she'll essentially confirm suspicions that her entire narrative was fabricated. Even a mutual statement attempting damage control would feel insincere at this stage, too late to salvage a reputation so thoroughly undermined. Should Justin refuse settlement, and every indication is that he might, this scandal could spiral even further, revealing details Blake hoped would stay buried forever. This story, now beyond her control, underscores an unavoidable truth. Hollywood can forgive mistakes, but intentional deceit, manipulation, and cruelty rarely get second chances. Blake's story, meant to cast her as a victim, has flipped dramatically, placing her firmly in the villain role she desperately wanted to avoid. Now, the world watches closely, awaiting what happens next. Knowing this scandal has forever altered Blake's legacy, the actress who once seemed untouchable must now grapple with the painful realization that actions driven by self-interest, manipulation, and dishonesty eventually come at a steep, perhaps permanent cost.